There's something mesmerizing about the glow of Hollywood, the red carpets, the flashing cameras, the million-dollar smiles. We watch in awe as our favorite stars grace our screens, bringing characters to life, selling dreams, and shaping culture. But behind the scenes, some of these dazzling icons aren't quite what they seem. The harsh truth: not every Hollywood star shines as brightly, and the cameras stop rolling. In fact, a few of them are downright difficult, displaying behavior so entitled, explosive, or cruel that even the most seasoned industry insiders avoid working with them. So today, we're pulling back the velvet curtain and exposing the real personalities of 20 Hollywood giants who have earned a reputation, not for their talent, but for being the biggest jerks in real life. Let's kick things off with Christian Bale, an actor praised for his commitment to roles, but also infamous for his explosive temper. Who could forget the leaked audio where he screamed at a crew member on set for accidentally walking into his shot? The rant lasted over 3 minutes, full of insults and profanity that painted a very different picture from the cool, brooding Batman we thought we knew. Many defended it as method and acting pressure, but others saw a disturbing glimpse into an ego run wild. Then there's Katherine Heigl, once a rom-com queen, now known more for her diva antics than her acting chops. Her fall from grace was fast and very public. She openly trashed her own projects, calling Knocked Up sexist and withdrawing her Emmy nomination for Grey's Anatomy because she didn't feel the writing was good enough. That didn't sit well with producers, who quickly labeled her as difficult, and her once blazing career hasn't quite recovered. Let's not forget Russell Crowe, who reportedly once threw a phone at a hotel employee's face. His on-set behavior has long been a problem. Co-stars have described him as combative, arrogant, and prone to fits of rage. Crowe may be a brilliant actor, but those who've worked closely with him often say his attitude makes him unbearable. Jennifer Lopez may sing about love and light, but multiple insiders have described her as a nightmare to work with. From demanding entire hotel floors to refusing to make eye contact with regular staff, her reputation for being a diva isn't just a rumor, it's an industry warning. And let's not forget her reported insistence that no one else wears white in her presence. Talk about controlling the narrative and the wardrobe. Mike Myers, the man behind the lovable Shrek and hilarious Austin Powers, is surprisingly high on Hollywood's jerk radar. According to cast and crew, Myers is incredibly controlling and insecure, insisting on complete creative control and freezing out anyone who disagrees with him. One crew member called him emotionally needy and a tortured artist who's impossible to work with. It's always shocking when comedy legends aren't quite as warm off camera. Edward Norton is another actor whose passion for perfection often tips into tyranny. He's well known for trying to rewrite scripts, take over direction, and micromanage productions he's only supposed to act in. It got so bad during The Incredible Hulk that Marvel parted ways with him, despite his talent, because he was, in their words, not a team player. That's a polite way of saying total nightmare. Moving to one of the most beloved faces of our generation, Ellen DeGeneres. Her daytime talk show was all about kindness, but her behind-the-scenes behavior told a much darker story. Numerous former employees described a toxic environment filled with fear, intimidation, and double standards. Even celebrity guests admitted she could be cold and condescending when the cameras weren't rolling. Ellen's fall from grace stunned the public, but not those who worked with her. Chevy Chase is legendary for his work on Saturday Night Live and National Lampoon, but he's also legendary for being insufferable. Former co-stars have called him mean-spirited, cruel, and racist, even going as far as to say he made filming unbearable. His feud with Community showrunner Dan Harmon and actor Donald Glover was ugly and public, and sealed his reputation as one of the nastiest men in comedy. Let's talk about Gwyneth Paltrow. Her Goop Empire and Oscar-winning performances have kept her in the limelight, but her elitist attitude and bizarre wellness claims have rubbed many the wrong way. Multiple staffers and co-stars have described her as cold, dismissive, and self-absorbed. From refusing to speak to crew members directly to demanding bizarre food preparations on set, Gwyneth has often been labeled out of touch and hard to work with. James Corden surprised many when rumors surfaced of his alleged rudeness off-camera. Despite his jolly on-screen persona, multiple restaurant staff, airline crews, and even fans have reported instances of entitlement and poor treatment. One restaurant owner even banned him briefly for his behavior, citing him as the rudest customer they ever had. It turns out, Being the life of the party on screen doesn't always carry over to real life. Shia LaBeouf's talent is undeniable, but so is his history of erratic and sometimes violent behavior. From multiple arrests to reports of abuse, LaBeouf's off-screen actions have frequently overshadowed his performances. Directors have cited his unpredictable attitude as a liability, and co-stars have been visibly uncomfortable around him during press tour. The line between tortured artist and toxic personality is a fine one, and Shia often crossed it. Bill Murray is a beloved comedy icon, but even he's been accused of bullying and inappropriate behavior on set. Lucy Liu revealed that Murray insulted her repeatedly during filming, leading to a confrontation. Other directors have echoed that Murray can be brilliant but also moody and verbally abusive. Recently, production on a film was shut down due to complaints about his behavior, showing that his charm might not be enough to shield him anymore. Tommy Lee Jones is another case of pure talent mixed with pure grump. Known for being cold and standoffish, Jones reportedly doesn't engage with crew members or co-stars unless absolutely necessary. Jim Carrey once described trying to lighten the mood on set, only for Jones to scowl and say, "I cannot sanction your buffoonery." That one quote alone paints a picture of a man impossible to please. And then there's Sean Penn. Few actors have had as many run-ins with photographers, reporters, and even colleagues as he has. Known for his volatility and intensity, Penn has physically attacked paparazzi, yelled at reporters, and earned a reputation for being combative. While many admire his passion, it often boils over into outright hostility. Finally, we land on Megan Fox, whose outspoken nature and criticisms of Hollywood initially won her praise, but over time, have painted her as combative. Crew members from the Transformers franchise accused her of being rude and unprofessional, and even director Michael Bay called her a headache. She's since taken a step back from Hollywood, though not before burning several bridges along the way. These stories pull the curtain back on Hollywood's polished facade and reveal the raw, uncomfortable truth. Being talented, famous, or loved by millions doesn't guarantee you're kind, respectful, or even tolerable. For every uplifting tale of behind-the-scenes generosity, there's another of ego, entitlement, or abuse. And while some stars have changed or apologized, the damage in many cases lingers long after the spotlight fades. Fame, it seems, doesn't always make people better. Sometimes, it simply makes their worst traits impossible to ignore.